Todd Purcell, your current sheriff, and hopefully in a couple more months for the next 4 years, your sheriff to continue. One of my main goals is to continue to invest in my officers' education and a sense of pride in the communities that they serve and the communities that they live in. For the last 2 years, I have instilled in my fellow officers to be involved in their communities. Community buy-in, I believe, is one of the most important things for them to realize. The better buy-in they have, the more involved they become, the better officers that they make.
I've lived in Big Rapids for since 1990, so some 22 years. I have an accounting degree as well as a business administration degree. I worked at FMB First Michigan Bank, or FMB Reed City Bank, which then turned into Huntington Bank. And I've been retired for about 4 years and saw an opportunity to assist the county that I've lived in for a number of years as county treasurer.
I'm Phil Putman, I'm your state representative and have been there all of 19 months. First I want to thank you all very much for this opportunity to serve you, but also to represent you in Lansing. I've totally enjoyed it, and with the help of Senator Boer, who has been a wonderful mentor to me, things have gotten done. But as I go around the Big Rapids, Mecosta area, we talk about jobs. Wow, look what Hayworth is doing. They're expanding. Look at Simons. Simons is putting millions of dollars in a brand new line. These are exciting things. The businesses made it through 9 and 10. They're really making it today. And it's exciting. We do have jobs. Our unemployment in Michigan went from over 14%, the highest in the nation, down to 8.5%. And now we're almost at the average. That's phenomenal in 19 months. So any of you that are business people, thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for making opportunities for others. Because it's not the government that creates the jobs. The government can only create an environment where you want to work, where you want to live. It's our choice, isn't it? Where we live, where we get to stay. And based on that, here we are. And there's smiles again on faces, aren't there, compared to the frowns we had 2 years ago. Oh my goodness.
The county, I think the county's main, the county commissioner's main job is to be fiscally responsible. If you look at the state, there are many, many counties that are millions of dollars in the red. And we certainly hope that never happens to Mecosta County. And I don't ever think it will.
If you elect me as your drain commissioner, I would seek to establish a productive and working relationship with county commissioners, with township supervisors, and of course with the people who are being taxed for the projects that are being done. My qualifications: I have an MBA degree, I am a certified purchasing manager, I'm a Vietnam veteran with military engineering experience, I am currently retired. And I'm willing to come out of retirement because I feel that I can do a good job in cost control on the projects that a drain commissioner would get involved with. If you elect me as your drain commissioner, I will ensure responsible spending. I will maintain sensitivity to the needs of the people who are paying the taxes. And I will maintain tight cost control on any projects that I get involved with.
And so I'm looking forward, running unopposed, and looking forward to representing the people on the east side of the county at the county commission. I have several areas of strong interest. I have a strong agriculture background, have owned a business in that field, and I've recently sold that, so I understand small business issues, agriculture issues. And actually, I used to be a township clerk for 10 or 11 years, and I think I'm the only county commissioner right now, or currently, that has that township background. So I understand the issues that you folks are dealing with, that you have dealt with, that you will be dealing with here in the upcoming months and years. And so I have a pretty open door policy to township people and encourage them to contact me on their concerns and their issues.
I'm the Mecosta County Clerk, and I've had the good fortune of being the county clerk for the last 7 years. The last 7 years, every day has been a learning experience for me. I've benefited and have learned from the value of good working relationship with staff, with county commissioners, with other departments, with local township officials, and I have a good working relationship with the township clerks that I work closely with. And I learn from that on a daily basis. And those are some things that I'm going to continue to do. I'm thankfully unopposed for this election, and I look forward to 4 more years of continuing along these lines.
I am 56 years old. I've lived in Mecosta County for 54 years. I graduated high school in 1974 from Big Rapids. I worked in the city for 38 years, although I have no formal education. I've worked my way up from laborer to heavy equipment operator to street superintendent for the city of Big Rapids. I have hands-on learned experience from local construction companies. I've worked part-time for Bert Myers and with Richard Myers and Lawrence Morningstar. I am currently in charge of the roads maintenance for the city of Big Rapids. That includes the storm sewers, the water mains, the sanitary sewers, the parks, and the motor pool. I have one assistant that also helps me with the purchasing and the specs for equipment to get it ready for the city commissioners.
And I am also unopposed this term, so looking forward to having the opportunity to serve for another 4 years. I take being the register very seriously. Most people, their property is the biggest asset that they have, and so I hope to manage those records to the best of my ability and make sure that they're perpetuated for future generations. We have been striving the past 4 years, and will continue to strive to make all of those records electronic. We do have film backup of everything that's in our office, but electronically we only go back to 1968 at the moment. But we're working on a few different ways of doing that in an economical way to make those records available in electronic format.
My name is Sherry Ernest. I am currently the county treasurer. I was appointed just over a year ago. I served as the deputy treasurer for 4 years before that. I have worked with the county for 17 years. I've enjoyed every day of it.
Running for my 6th term as county commissioner. Running unopposed, but with that being said, I am not taking my election lightly or taking anything for granted. And there may be no one opposing me, but that's not going to, I'm not going to let that cause me to let down on my duties or what I do or my expectations.
I was deputy for 12 years. I've been drain commissioner for over 3 years now. These 15 years plus, by far, make me the most qualified to serve you as drain commissioner. My service is to the property owners of Mecosta County. I do not take any project that I do lightly. Cost is always a factor. Communication is a must with property owners and government officials. But the problems and questions go far beyond county drains and soil erosion. If water's not going where someone thinks it should go, we get a call about it. Drain commissioner. We tried very hard to help each individual that's contacted our office. And if you are an individual and you've contacted our office about a water problem, you know that we have tried very hard to help you. The knowledge that comes from being able to help comes from experience that I have.
What we really have is we probably have at the Road Commission one of the most important things that happen in the county. We are the way that you move through the county and that the economy moves through the county. We have a real dilemma happening at the Road Commission. And every one of you in this room at some point or another should have felt that frustration. The lack of funding that we have to do the job that we're challenged to do is real great. We're down 25% on the men that we have in the 15 years I've been there. Not because we choose to be down, because we don't have funds to work with. We've got a 2-tier system now on their wages because we couldn't afford to keep up hiring at the wages that they were. We had to lower them. We've done many things like that to try and control the cost to do the roads that we have in this county. If you want a better road system, all those that don't want one, put your hand down. That's nobody wants one. We got to find funds. There's less gas being consumed than there ever was consumed before. We have a flat tax in Michigan. If the price of gas goes to $6 a gallon, we do not get a penny more unless another gallon is used. The other thing that happens is we get it from vehicle registrations. So if you buy a vehicle outside of Mecosta County, okay, but make sure you register it in Mecosta County, because that affects your road funds. Not everybody's paying attention to that. We buy a vehicle in Mount Pleasant and they register it over there and we're not getting that money here. We've got to pay attention to what we can do. If we bring a business into the community, we need to make sure that that business registers their vehicles to our community. They're using our roads, they certainly ought to be registering their vehicles here. They ought to be helping us out.
My employment history consists of almost 13 years of banking. Within that time, I began as a cashier or a teller and worked my way up to loan officer. Within that, I learned how to do tax prorations and work with the different property tax information. Also become familiar with the BSNA program that is currently in use at the treasurer's office. I have also done bookkeeping for a few different grocery stores here locally. And I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to run for county treasurer. I feel that I have a lot of qualifications that would fit in the job. And I'm just happy to have the opportunity.
My name is Sarah Wurtzel, and I'm the campaign manager with Dave Camp for Congress. Dave, sorry he can't be here tonight. They are doing votes in D.C. today. They had some today, and they'll have some tomorrow, so he couldn't make it back in time. But I do have a statement from him that I'd like to read. Michigan and America are at a crossroads. Some people in Washington seem to think that bigger government and more spending will solve our problems. Not me. We simply can't keep spending money we don't have, leaving our children and our grandchildren in a mountain of debt. Washington needs to listen to the American people and focus on turning our economy around, getting people back to work. That's what I'm fighting for and why I'm running for Congress. To make sure government does not become a roadblock to your ability to provide for yourself and for your family.
So being that I am a Democrat, you might assume, and you would be correct, that I believe in education, I believe in the middle class, and I believe in using our natural resources wisely. What you might not assume about me, or if you assume the opposite, you would be mistaken, is that I do believe in a balanced budget. I do believe in the Second Amendment, and I do believe in getting rid of obsolete or inefficient government regulations. I've been an attorney since 1995. I spent most of my career working in public interest law. I have 2 kids in the Morley Sandwich schools. My wife is Dr. Lori Reed, who some of you may know. She's a family physician here in the area. I'm really not a politician. I am, excuse me, I'm a, first and foremost, I think of myself as a father, taxpayer, and a concerned citizen.
I mean, and keeping positive is important, because I think if the only way that you can get somewhere is to step on others, it's a trip not worth taking. So if the only way I could ever get elected is to badmouth someone running against me, then vote for the other person, because I won't do it. And I am opposed this year. It's been a pleasure to serve for 6 years as a county commissioner. Because of that, I can't fake you out with a bunch of promises. You've seen me for the last 6 years. You know what kind of county commissioner I am. Either I've done a good job in your eyes and hopefully you'll give me your support, or you think I'm the worst thing to come down the road and my talking is not going to get you to vote for me. So hope I've done a good job, and I think anybody running for office that's a incumbent, that's how you should evaluate them. Evaluate them on what they've done, how they've performed,